Greetings everyone, welcome back to Mega Man 2 for the NES. In the last episode we ended up taking down both Heatman and Woodman, and now we're off to Wily himself. This is Wily Castle number 2, and I will give you a very huge warning to be careful for your ammo consumption, or else you will have a very terrible run in this place. The fact is having a bunch of lives is actually not a good thing. You will be using both items 1, 2, and 3, but it's a good thing you don't have to find these specific items or else you'll be totally screwed. It's kind of like how you have to use the magnet beam to only get across one specific gap while everything else was pretty much manageable and platforming-able. That's not really a word, but whatever, you know what I mean. In this section here, I actually didn't know what item 3 truly does, but the thing of what it does is that when you're on it, it goes up. When you get off of it, it goes down. Basically, it's a very odd momentum that, well, it's not even momentum to be honest. It's very odd of how it's actually controlled, but it makes sense. So I kind of accidentally used it in a very wrong way, so I cut, because why not? There's no point in you guys seeing that. I mean, seriously, do you guys really want to see that? And for the rest of this part, you're just climbing on up into Wily's tower. Why can't you just go through the front entrance? I have no idea. We're going through the back entrance because we are Mavericks. Well, we're not Mavericks yet. In fact, we're Reploids. No, we're not even Reploids. No, we're Reploids. We're Maverick Hunters. We hunt Mavericks because they're evil. But anyways, Wily's Castle number 2 can be a little bit tough for some who are not really used to, you know, if you're used to the fact of using all of your weapon energy like it's nothing, then you're gonna have a very bad time. Each time you go through Wily, each time you go through any of the Wily stages, you're essentially gonna have almost to no energy left. You will have, they will give you energy to be able to refill your energy ability. Because, well, let's just say if they never gave you energy tanks, you kind of will be screwed. And I kind of mean like energy for your weapons, not energy tanks, because they're, you know, they're two different things. Energy tank is the actual thing, while energy ammunition is, you know, whatever. That's why most people just call it weapon energy, because reasons. So for this stage here, well, it's actually going to be kind of pathetic and very short because I'm an idiot. You want to be careful here, and you want to actually keep moving, because if you don't, this happens. Yeah, his hitbox is bigger than you thought. That's the Mecha Dragon. Or the dragon, whatever. He's a fun boss. And his horn can actually instant kill you if it actually makes contact with you, which is fantastic. Now this boss here is one of the grand staples of a sprite flickering overload, and whatever. For this dragon, you want to be able to ensure that you're staying on top of the platform, so because if he shoots you with his fireballs, you won't end up falling into a pit, because the knockback for the fireballs is a little bit stronger than most knockback that Mega Man suffers in this game, so yeah. Also, how do you guys like the two little balls that are on the left and right side? They're fascinating, aren't they? They're basically from the Mega Man Legacy collection wallpaper thing. That's pretty much all it is. And now for Wily Castle number 2, stage 2. As I said before, every time you end up using your weapon energy, be sure to refill it. Refill the important one. The one that you won't be using all that much is Crash Bomber, because there is a Pacific boss that will be needing Crash Bomber to be able to defeat. As I also said before, having lives is good, but it's also bad, because if you don't get a game over, you don't get all of your energy back, so you're kind of forced to grind. And the drop rate is not as great as you think. You do want to use item 2 to land on this platform, because if you don't, you will have to use 3 Crash Bombers to get past that area. And to be perfectly honest, that's really stupid. Just follow what I do. Well, actually no, don't follow what I do, because what I do is very, very stupid. I'm a very huge beginner. Don't bother crashing those 2 walls, especially if you have 4 energy tanks already. Just keep on going, and you should relatively fine. For this section here, I was stupid. I didn't use Leaf Shield. What you want to do is you want to use Leaf Shield so you can be able to cut through all of these drills that are coming down and up, so you don't have to really worry too much. I didn't do that, however, because lol, I'm an idiot. That I also wasn't thinking, so that's basically my own fault. Also, I missed that life because of the fact that the too much things are dropping all at once, which sucks, but what am I gonna do? The next boss is weak to metal blades, but don't worry, you have like enough energy to use metal blades, so that's a good thing. You could also use Flash Stopper, but you don't really need to use Flash Stopper since, you know, Flash Stopper can only be used for a quick man. Because there is one big staple that Mega Man always loves to do since Mega Man 2 and onwards. We'll go into more detail with that in the next episode. I was trying to make this one episode itself, but it didn't really, there was no point. And yeah, I know it's 8 minutes. I will be uploading this in conjunction with the last episode, so it doesn't feel a bit awkward. It's like, oh, it's just 8 minutes. Looks like we gotta wait for tomorrow. And it's like, nah, man, you guys are gonna get both. And say hello to the wall boss. Actually, I don't really know the name of this boss, but this boss is only weak to the Metal Blades. Well, he probably is weak to something else, but in all honesty, Metal Blades is the way to go since you can go ahead and throw them in any direction. Try not to be able to make contact with it because it really hurts. And also, don't worry about the little holes that it leaves behind. They actually are not bottomless pits. It would suck if they are, though. And I died yet. But let's try this again. Let's try not to lose this time, shall we? So what you actually want to do is you actually want to not be near the corners because even you don't know if the ones in the corner are going to come out. And they come out in a set order. They don't really come out random. That would suck if they did, though. Make it more challenging. I got like a different randomization. Randomization? A different pattern. Man, my brain is just not working today. Anyways, once you manage to do that, he is kaput. But anyways, guys, I will see you guys in the last episode of Mega Man 2. I've been CCX, so I'm going to catch you guys later. See yas!